I'm getting braces. Well, actually, I'm getting the 3M Clarity aligners to be exact. And if you've never heard of Clarity, you are not alone. I've been on the fence about getting Invisalign for over a decade, and then I finally decided to fix my bottom teeth. Not just because of this guy, but because overcrowding can eventually lead to gum disease and bone loss. So you're welcome, future self. Now, this is the first video of many because I have decided to chronicle the entire teeth aligner process from start to finish. That is so that you will know all about pricing, what to ask before you get started, what to expect when you get the scans of your teeth, pain level, and all that good stuff. So let's start from the beginning, the cost. Prices depend on your teeth and how much work you need to get done. But to give you a range, a friend of mine is just starting her Invisalign journey today of all days, and it cost her about $1,700 for 6 months worth of trays. Now, she's got pretty good teeth. She's got some minor overlapping. My orthodontist gave me an estimate of 12 to 15 months, and that is costing me $4,800. And let me just show you again what I'm working with. Top teeth. Okay, I got some overcrowding here. Look at that. Look at that beautiful little tooth there. My oldest sister, actually had a similar issue on her bottom teeth, and it cost her just under $6,000. So there's a bit of a range there. I have a small jaw. I also have to get my teeth broadened. So there's quite a bit more work that I have to do versus my friend who paid $1,700. Which brings me to my next tip. Shop around. Because I never realized that you could actually shop around for different prices for aligners. And nowadays, both dentists and orthodontists offer Invisalign, and then oftentimes it's at very different costs. I ended up scheduling a virtual consultation over Zoom with 4 different orthodontists in my area, and I received a seriously wide range of prices. The lowest estimate I got was just over $4,000, while the highest was about $6,200. I have since learned to ask the following. Number 1, does your price include all of your scans, x-rays, trays, retainers, and all of your visits? Now, the cheapest ortho that I spoke to didn't include retainers in his price, so that when I factored that in, it was pretty much on par with the person I ended up going with. Second to that, it really helped me get a feel for the doctor. If I'm going to work with somebody for the next year and a half of my life, I want to make sure it's with a person that I actually like. One of the orthodontics that I spoke to actually made fun of my teeth, and he kept cutting me off whenever I asked questions. So he was immediately cut from the pool. And the person I picked also happens to be an Invisalign Platinum provider, also something I'd never heard of. But what it basically means is that they're an aligner expert who has treated a minimum of 300 patients with trays. Another hot tip, when you do end up picking somebody, ask them if they offer a discount. So I had the option to pay cash for a 5% discount, credit card for a 3% discount, or go for a payment plan with no discount. Okay, so as of today, I am fully paid and fully committed. So here's what comes next. Here's what to expect on your very first day. Impressions are apparently not done with that putty as much anymore, which is totally fine by me. Instead, the orthodontist might actually take scans of your teeth. Now, the scanner wand is huge. The ortho's assistant kept apologizing and telling me that there's only one size wand. I'm not gonna lie, it was so big that it hurt like hell when she tried to get the scan on the side of my teeth. It literally felt like the most immense and painful pressure against my gums and back molars. In fact, my teeth are still a little sore. Other than that tight fit, the wand itself feels like a warm vibration because they're gonna scan each and every single tooth. So despite that temporary pain, it was over in less than 5 minutes. I also had an x-ray of my teeth, which was super quick and painless. Now, the ortho also explained the next steps. So he's going to digitally clean up the scans, and then he's going to send them to the Clarity lab. Then a computer program basically maps out the full treatment plan, which serves as a visual of where I'm starting from and where my teeth will hopefully end up. And then the ortho will either approve the scans or make some changes and send them back for refinement, depending on what they see. So my ortho mentioned that he prefers 3M Clarity over Invisalign, which I'd never heard of before. So he basically said Invisalign is like the Coke of the beverage world, where 3M is like Pepsi. Although they sound pretty similar to me, there are a couple crucial differences. So Ortho said, for one, there's some major engineering differences, that 3M has their own modeling software, and that even the material that they use is slightly different than Invisalign. Apparently, the trays are trimmed with a smoother contour, which makes the aligner stronger, a little more retentive, and even slimmer than the other companies. He also said that the material is a bit stiffer and it hits the gum line differently than Invisalign does, which I'm totally glad for, because I've heard horror stories from other Invisalign wearers that the trays are rough and cut their gums, their lips, their tongues. So I'm happy maybe to not have bleeding gums from sharp edges. Another thing he mentioned, which I did not know, is that most aligners come with buttons that they put on your teeth. So apparently there's like a dollop of enamel. It's clear, you can hardly see it, but they put dots, I guess, which acts as brackets to help keep the trays in place. It also helps guide your teeth and makes your teeth widen. And so he said to me that for Invisalign, the dots are actually quite large. And I've actually heard from other people who have done Invisalign that those dots tend to rough up your gums on the inside and that they can be quite painful initially. So he said that 3M has developed a smaller dot and that I shouldn't feel those buttons against my lips. And that he said it's actually a little bit easier to take the trays out. You know, if you Google removing Invisalign trays with those dots, it does look a little difficult. So we'll find out. One last thing to note is that your dentist or ortho might say that you actually need to get some of your teeth shaved. It sounds terrifying, but apparently it is quite common for adjustments with adult teeth, and it's totally painless. There's a small tool that they literally shave a fraction of a millimeter off of the sides of the enamel on your teeth. It doesn't hurt the tooth at all. My friend who got Invisalign today had it done. She said it was painless, but that you do feel some pressure. So my ortho is hoping to avoid all that with me, but we'll find out in a few weeks. So that's day one for me. That's what to expect when you get your aligner trays from ground zero. Now, I will be back with a new video in early April 2021 with updates on my very first tray. I'm gonna tell you all about the fit, the pain, what I'm eating or not eating. I'm very excited. I'm very excited in a year to have a totally different smile. All right, I'll see you guys soon.